Sup with you fellas and fellettes? So there's this YouTube channel called Actually Happened, which features just incredibly strange, weird, personal stories, animated poorly, and they get a lot of views. I have no idea why. This one's on freaking trending, and it is so weird. So, as such, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna make fun of it. But Jayden, you forgot to say the name of the video when you recorded this. Don't worry though, editing Jayden's got your back. It's a good one too. My mom taught me to manipulate men for money. That's the title of the video I'm reacting to. Take it away, reacting Jayden. Alright, so let's peep this out.
Hey, I'm Samantha. For years, my mom has been teaching me to hate all guys and just to use them. And I did.
That is a fantastic introduction to this channel as a whole. You know, it gives you the idea. The tone in which they say what they say and what they're saying are incredibly far removed. It's like, my mom taught me to use and manipulate men, and I did. It's like, I don't hear any sincerity in that voice. It's like a crash course, educational freaking John Green animated thing. Like they're giving fun facts.
Until recently, when everything changed.
Until recently, when the Fire Nation attacked and everything changed.
You see, my mom has always been an extremely beautiful woman. But for some reason, she was always very unlucky with men. They've always lied and used her. Even my dad left as soon as he heard that she was pregnant.
Dad? Her dad runs away like a goddamn Looney Tunes character. There's some Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner shit going on here, man. It's like, oh no, you're pregnant? Looks like I'm out of here. Whoop.
This led to my mom becoming very angry at men. She continued to take care of herself, always dressing up and being super pretty.
I love the envious tone that came across. She's like,
she continued to look super pretty and wear dresses even when she didn't need to. Okay.
She used that to get back at men. She would go on dates with them to expensive restaurants and make guys pay for everything.
Whoa, wait. Are you messing with me right now? I thought that was just a normal situation, but now I know your mom's far gone. Are you serious? She made men pay? She, a woman, made the man pay for the bill at a restaurant. My whole entire concept of everything's being altered, warped right now. I feel like I'm going crazy. I can't believe that.
She started to teach me the same things, and I'm ashamed to admit that I followed her lead.
Back to the Looney Tunes analogy, freaking growing devil horns. It's like she'd use men for money, and then freaking dollar signs come in the eyes.
For example, I acted like I liked this one guy, and he took me to the movies and would pay for me in cafes. Once I told him that I wanted this beautiful, expensive dress for my birthday, and he spent all of his savings to buy it for me. Shortly after that, I told him it was over and blocked him everywhere.
Oh, so you were a bitch. Oh, that's what, okay.
I made another guy sing a song for me in front of everyone and then made fun of him. Basically, I did that a lot.
Basically, that was my entire personality for a good while.
And my mom always supported me. I realized I was wrong, though, when I met Timothy. I planned to do the same thing to him, but he was different. We planned to meet at a cafe, and when we did, he said, "Hey, let's go to an art gallery instead." I was interested because no one ever asked me to go somewhere like an art gallery.
And also I was a bit pissed off because I'd never had anyone make plans to go somewhere with me, and then when we got to the place, I've never had a dude spit in my face and say, no, let's go to the place I want to. So, that was a unique experience for sure.
We went there and we were staring at paintings and also modern art stuff. And at first I was like, this is so boring. But then he started asking me questions like how those paintings made me feel. Afterward, we went to a cafe, and I just couldn't stop talking with him because he was listening to everything I would say and asking the most interesting questions.
Yeah, man. He was asking the most interesting questions like light bulb, smartphone, computer monitor, camera, film, YouTube, headphones, music. Yeah, man. That's how you get the ladies.
By the end of the date, he paid for me, and I felt that I wanted to be with him. But not like before. I wanted to really be with him.
But not like before. This time, I was up for anal.
My mom started to act like she always did when she was offended or upset. She would forget to make me breakfast or suddenly comment that I gained weight.
Dude, that's called an emotionally abusive mother. And physically abusive, not feeding you. And before I knew it, my mom would forget to provide me with food and water, and before I knew it, I'd walk into my bedroom and my bed would be gone, and now I was sleeping on the floor. And then there was that one span of weeks where she locked me in the cupboard, which was terrifying, all those rats. At least I had stale bread. Finally, I could eat.
Then she surprised me and asked me to invite Timothy to have dinner with us. I was so happy. But of course, I forgot that it was all a trap.
I forgot that it was all a trap, and Timothy came over, and there was a black cauldron just full to the brim of water, and my mother would tell Timothy, she'd be like, hop in, Timothy, it's a pool. It was a pretty hot pool. And he'd get in, he'd be sitting there, and my mom, she began cutting carrots and onions into this black cauldron full of very hot water, and before you knew it, that water was boiling, and we were eating Timothy for dinner. And Mom, she didn't care. She laughed maniacally and said, Timothy stew, Timothy stew, Timothy stew.
We got to my house, and there was no food, and my mom was like, oh, I forgot about it. How about we order a pizza? Oh, I forgot my credit card at work. Timothy, can you pay for the pizza, darling? I was furious. We left afterward, and Timothy was super confused.
Dude, I wonder why Timothy was confused. What? It's a pretty clear situation to me, man. I don't know, it's just me. Then Jayden had to leave for an unspecified amount of time. But then he came back after that to finish filming the video. So that's why his hair's dried and the lighting's different. Okay, now you guys know. I definitely wasn't killed by a dry hair clone. So, if anyone tells you that, they're a liar.
I told him everything about my mom and myself. After a while, my mom was okay that I was dating Timothy, but asked for his parents' phone number so she could call in case of an emergency. You see, Timothy's dad had been single for many years. So, after a while, Timothy called and asked me what the deal was with his father going on a date with my mom. After their date, my mom came home, and she was glowing with happiness. She was singing a song and also brought me a delicious cake. I was suspicious because usually she wasn't happy after her dates.
She just said the word happy like it was her first time hearing it ever. Because usually she wasn't happy after her dates. Actually, she usually wasn't happy ever. I don't remember the last time she even smiled. Oh, it's the tone all throughout this thing.
I asked her what was happening, and she couldn't look me in the eyes and would twirl her hair with her finger and say, "Nothing," in a very sweet voice. She was definitely planning something bad.
Ma's happy. Looks like she's up to something. Mom happy? Mother happy? What? There is trouble afoot in this household, let me tell you.
I told Timothy that he needed to alert his father as soon as possible.
You must alert your father as soon as possible. Okay, man. Father, my girlfriend's mother is happy. What do I do? So I don't comment on this video again until like near the very end. So I'll just give you a rundown of what happens up to that point. Timothy convinces his dad to break it off with the main chick's freaking mom, and then the mom's really sad and she goes to a place Timothy's dad used to take her on dates, and she's crying and drinking alcohol. There you go, you're all caught up.
I hesitated because I was afraid that she was still gonna hurt him, and I was also selfish because I didn't want her to date my boyfriend's dad.
Fuck that. Does that have to do with fucking bowling ball going into goddamn pins? What's that have to do with anything?
So now I date Timothy and my mom dates his father. It's weird. If they got married, they would technically make me and Timothy half siblings or something.
That's where I check out. Fellas and fellettes, that's a good place to check out. I don't want to get involved in that aspect of this at all. Ending things. Ain't it hard? So this was weird. It was odd. What did we learn from it, though? We learned that, okay, you can be a raging bitch and then find love. Oh, there we go. We got something. For you fellettes, you can hate men, and if you find one that's cool, it doesn't really matter that you hated men before, and you get no repercussions for your horrible actions in the past, and you and your mom get to marry your cute boy and his dad. So that's the lesson I urge you guys to take home with you, and take to heart, I mean. Okay. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, smash that like button so hard that its mother cries at what you just did to it. You can comment on this video. You could follow me on the social medias, man. Or you can do none of that if you don't want to, because you got free will. So I hope you have a great day, and bye.
I'd like to thank you, for making it to the end of my YouTube video.
You really didn't have to.
I'd like to let you know that I think you're pretty cool, and I'm glad you're watching me.